And if anybody else comes in, then I'll just lock them in. So if you want to put yourself on mutes and take your wee videos off, that would be great. Grand. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a kind of, sorry Janice, it's a wee bit strengthening practice, but don't put too much into it if you feel you don't have the energy for it tonight. But one of the mindfulness stuffs we're going to do is about, you saw in Unity, is about, you know, facing our fears as well. And they could be simple things from, fears can be stuff that's happening in the mind and stuff that's happening actually in your own physical world as well. So it could be, you know, your fear of illness or feeling sick or being sick. And it's actually understanding this and what's going on in the physical body. But we'll go through that and I'll give you examples of it. So we're going to come to standing into Tadasana. And in Tadasana, we're going to find that nice little rooted feeling into the floor. So what to do with this is lift up through your toes. Now what you'll find is your bum will push out slightly, roll the hips forward, just a tiny wee bit, don't push them forward too much. This will actually help to engage the thigh muscles a wee bit as well, not to lock out the knees, softness in the knees, and then soften down through the toes as well. Good. Now tuck up through that little belly, this little bit here. Lift up ever so slightly, so a wee bit tuck up with the pelvic floor as well. Now what you'll actually find, the spine will grow up a wee bit taller as you do that. Roll the shoulders back in that inhale and exhale. Drop the arms back down. Now let the arms flop down by your sides. Soften out through the toes as well, because sometimes you'll grip on. Lift that crown of the head up towards the ceiling, nice and tall. And sometimes what I like to do is I really like to lift it up, exaggerate it, and then I soften into it a little bit more. Now close your eyes if you feel confident in that. If you don't, then just have a soft gaze forward. But sometimes just switching off from the senses actually help us to be more tuned in and more focused in towards our own self. And as we always like doing, as soon as we hit that map, switch the thinking brain off and tune into your practice, tune into your breath, let go of the surrounds, let go of whatever's going on in the outside world. And the more you practice that, the more you'll actually feel how different it is, how different it actually feels. So taking that breath in into Tadasana, taking that breath into the belly, nice and deep. And as you exhale, soften into Tadasana, soften into that mountain pose as the crown of the head lifts up towards the ceiling. Feels very different when you do that. Breathe in again, deep breath into the belly. And as you exhale, feel the belly just coming in slightly as well. Bring the breath back to normal. And just have a wee think about one little fear that you have in your life. What bothers you, what worries you. And one of the things to always look out for is what keeps coming to you. What constantly keeps coming in your life that you're constantly, that you can't seem to get rid of, or that it's always fearful of it. And you just don't know how to deal with these things. And it's all to do with energy, what we create in our minds, and what gets created around you. And sometimes we'll say that we don't have any control over it too, but when it comes to energy, we actually do. And that comes through the mind. So it's actually tune into what that fear is. And you always want to try and embrace that fear. You always want to try and follow it through, feel it, let it go right down into the core, right into your whole being. Feel it, embrace it, let the emotions be with it. You know, everything that you could imagine being in that situation. Then as soon as you do that, that's when the fear starts to release. The only reason I know that is because I practice it. I've done it myself several times. I was a very slow learner in it, but eventually I started to understand what it really meant. So standing in Tadasana, taking a breath into the belly again. Exhale, root into the floor. Taking a nice big inhale up as you rise the arms up, reach up, nice and tall. Reach up, draw the belly in. Good. Now as you suck the belly in, soften out through the knees. Nice little softness in the knees as well, not too deep into it. Keep that belly tucked in as well. Keep the floor back nice and flat. Spread out through the fingers really wide. Keep the fingers nicely spread out. Good. Keep that belly tucked in, chin parallel with the floor. Good. Good, nice big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Softly bent knees to begin with. Nice forward fold. Release that lower back. And at the same time, keeping the belly drawn in. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Nice deep breaths. Exhale. Release the crown of the head down to the floor. Each time on that inhale, exhale, let the whole torso drop. Take an inhale. Have that flat back. Place your hands on your shins or your thighs, wherever it needs to be. Sometimes if we bring them onto our thighs, we can actually bring the shoulder blades together. Experiment with it. What happens to your body? Keep the back flat again. By doing that, you need to draw that belly in. Good. Exhale, forward fold again. Release out through the back of the legs. Release out through even just through the back of the knees. It's even having that softness in the knees as well. This time we're going to swoop it all the way up to standing. Let the hands float all the way down to the side. Inhale, rise all the way up. Nice and tall. Exhale, coming into Anjali Mudra. As you come into the top of your mat, we're going to step the right foot back into Warrior One. Warrior One, keeping the hips forward. Good. Keeping that nice and strong, torso nice and strong as well, arms down by your side. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. As you roll the shoulders back, spread out through the fingers if you're not sure how we know me. And entirely up to yourself how deep you go into this. If you really want to get strong and you want to get a lot out of this for this short practice, go deep into it. If not, see where you are. The other thing as well is draw the shoulder blades together, puff out through the chest, lift up through the chest as well, and have that tiny little back bend, but keep that front leg nicely bent as well. Good. Lifting out through the arms, lifting them behind you to your range of movement as well. If you feel that you don't want to do too far, then just bring them down. If you want to get working into those triceps, bring the arms up, squeeze them together. Good, then inhale, rise up through the arms. Exhale, come into little cactus. Again, keeping that chest lifted up. So you find that little back bend. If your back hurts you, keep the back upright. If you're okay with it, lift up through the chest, spread out through the fingers, push out through the elbows to the side. Good, nice and tall, breathe deep. Even the belly will be pulled in slightly, use those ribs. Good. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, come into Anjali Mudra, stepping that right foot forward, step the left foot back. Again, coming into your Warrior One, your version of Warrior One, keeping the hips facing forward. Good. Dropping the hands down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Extend out through the arms, keeping that front knee bent as well. Lifting up through the chest, so the chest comes up and lifts up the way. Extend out through the arms, gather the shoulder blades together. Reach out with the arms, push out and away. Nice long neck, drop the shoulders down. Breathe. Breathe, be with the pose, be with your breath. This is your practice just to try and let go, let the thinking brain go. Drop those shoulders down away from your ears. Use the triceps, try and keep the elbows straight, but don't lock them out. It's almost like they're still nice and soft. Good. Inhale, rise the arms up, come into little cactus again. Good. Cactus, spread out through the fingers. Good. Palms facing forward. Again, if you don't want to lift up through that front of the chest, leave it there. Keep it straight back. If you're okay, puff out through the chest, lift the chest up towards the ceiling, but face forward. Soften the neck, turn the head if you need to. If you need that little bit of softness, keeping that front knee bent. Good. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, come into Anjali Mudra, step the left foot forward again. Good, so coming into Tadasana, inhale, rise the arms up, exhale, forward fold, soft knees. Release the lower back again. Try and wiggle a wee bit of space out from your waist
Try and get a wee bit more length out of that, just to try and get a bit of mobility down the sides of the spine as well. Those cute little muscles can tend to get a wee bit tight, so you just want to kind of wiggle a wee bit more space out. If I'm not sure, have a wee nosy at me. Good. Inhale. Come up with that flat back. You've got that flat back again. Hands on your shins or hands on your thighs, wherever you want to place them. You'll see where I've got them on my thighs, that the back is flat and the elbows are up, the shoulder blades are gathered. If I place them on my shins, you can see the shoulders are slightly rolled forward, but the back is flat as well. Yeah. Good, and then release all the way back down again. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Good, then go and swoop the arms and side of the legs all the way up into the extended Tadasana, all the way up. Now standing pose, reach up, reach up. Deep breath in, exhale, coming into Anjali Mudra. Good, coming back into Warrior Two. Nice wide stance into Warrior Two. Drop the arms down. Whatever stance you like working with, root out through that back foot. Push it down and away. Bend at the front knee, making sure it's not too far forward. It's always better if you have it just above the ankle. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, relax them down. Again, if your arms get tired in this, drop them down. Leave them there. If you're okay with it, gaze at that front left middle finger. This is one you can really make nice and strong as well if you want to. So you can make a wider stance and then you can drop that hip so that the thigh is parallel with the floor. Or just make it to your range. If you want a wee soft one like that, soften it. Do what works for you. Keeping the torso nice and upright as well. Anytime that you feel that the torso is coming too far forward, pull it back. Good. Power out through that front leg. Now see how it feels different by actually pressing the heel into the floor. Because I've actually can lift up through my toes and I can feel the front thigh working. And then I place it down. Good. Nice deep breaths. And then bringing the hands down by your side, clasping the hands behind you. Draw those shoulder blades together. Lifting the arms away slightly. Good. But keeping that left shoulder facing forward. Facing forward as well. Good. And release your hands. This time coming forward, if you kind of bring the torso round, come up in that back right foot. If you can balance it, bend that back knee and then bounce to meet the other foot. So you can control the usage of all the muscles that's round about your legs and well, the whole body essentially. So coming into the left side, stepping it back into Warrior Two, but I'm going to come this side so you can see me. Good, and then bending that front knee. Good, torso nice upright, hips facing towards. At the wall, you'll be at the side, but I'll be facing you. Power out through that back foot. So it's the outside of that foot you want to press in. You never want to lock out the back knee, but keep it nice and strong by activating the thigh muscles. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, relax down. Nice deep breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale. And again, give yourself a little test. Lift up through these front toes. You should actually start to feel that thigh working that little bit more. It's a wee bit more active. And then release the foot again. Good. Deep breaths. Focus, tune into your own self. If you want to challenge yourself, close your eyes, let go. There's where one of your fears are. If your fear is that you think you're going to fall over, you have to convince yourself and say, you won't fall over, you won't fall over, you won't. You'll be absolutely fine. As you close your eyes just for a second, and then open them. Good, and then bringing the hands behind you, clasping the hands. Push the hands down and away from the body. Again, keeping that shoulder front. And the left shoulder back.
Lift up through both arms, press that right foot into the floor. Watching out for that torso if it's coming too far forward. Pull it back, keep the belly drawn in again. Nicely drawn in. Deep breaths. Yeah, then releasing your hands. And again, let's try that again as we come up in that back left foot. Let's see what happens with that back left foot. Keep that left front leg nicely powered out. Bounce to meet the other. Drop the foot down. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Wiggle a wee bit of room out the waist again and right down the sides. A wee bit of wiggle, let go, let go, let go. Deep breaths. Let go. Nice one. Inhale. Bring your hands to your thighs or your shins. Tuck in the belly again for that flat back. Good. If you don't hold in the belly, what happens is the belly drops down and you get that curve in the lower back. And we want to try and avoid that in this pose. Good. The whole point is to really strengthen out through the back. Good. Exhale. Forward fold again. Release. Nice. Big deep breath in. Let go. Then swoop the arms all the way up. And exhale as you come into Anjali Mudra again. Nice. And then we're going to try Warrior 3 this time. So we're coming into all 3 warriors tonight. So we're going on the right side first. So we're going to tap that left foot, take it behind, bring the hands out by the side, or if you feel you want to hold on to something in the wall or wherever you want to, or if you want to just take the arms out to the side. You tap that back left foot, find something on the floor in front and gaze at it. And then start to bring yourself forward as you bring that left leg up. Good, now flex the left foot, push the heel away. Good, and then start to come to your range of movement, keeping the arms out by your side. If you feel it's too much, come back up and just do a little bit, even if it's about there. Good. Keeping that leg nice and strong. Good, lifting up. Keeping that balance. Breathing deep. And slowly coming all the way back up to Tadasana. Going on to the other side. Tap that left foot, that right foot, sorry. Bring it behind again, bringing the arms out to side. Lift them out to side, tapping that back foot. And if that's where you want to stay, just lifting that back leg, stay there. Fine. Keep the belly tucked in. And then start to bring yourself forward, flexing that back right foot. Good, gazing at something on the floor. Don't think about it. Just breathe. Don't give it any thought. Don't give it time. Good. And then slowly coming all the way back to Tadasana. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Nice big inhale, coming flat back again. Hands on thighs or hands on shins. But tuck the belly in. Flatten out the spine. Exhale. Forward fold. Swoop the arms all the way down the side. Inhale. Rise the arms all the way up. Extend up. Exhale. Anjali Mudra. Now let's flow through that and see if we can get a lot of sort of build up of heat at the same time as well. So coming into Tadasana at the top. Good, inhale. Rise the arms up. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, that flat back, tuck the belly in, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that belly activated. Swoop the arms all the way up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. This time stepping the right foot back into Warrior 1. Warrior 1, inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, come into your little cactus. Good, nice deep breaths. Exhale. Good, and then we're going to come up in that back foot. Inhale, rise the arms up at the same time. Then step that right foot forward. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Good, step in the left foot back. Warrior one again. Dropping the hands down. Inhale, coming into cactus arms. It's powering out through that back leg. Breathing deep. Don't worry, we never look for perfection. We just look at the breath being smooth with the pose that you're in. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up. Stepping that left foot forward. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Stepping the right foot back, coming into warrior two. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Exhale, relax them down. Good. Find your pose that works for you. Good. Exhale, bring the arms down, clasp the hands behind, drop them down, lift them away from the body. Keep that left shoulder pointing towards the left knee, the right shoulder going back away. Good. Releasing your hands, bringing the hands and facing forward, coming up in that back foot. Bounce to meet the other. Good. Try and keep your balance if you can. Good. Stepping the left foot back into warrior two. Inhale, rise these arms up. Exhale, relax them down. Gaze at that front right finger. Lengthen out. What's good is to really push the fingers apart with each other. Push them in two different directions. Good. Exhale. Release the hands, clasp the hands. Drop them down, lift them away from the body. Good. Again, soft gaze forward. Keep that front leg nicely opened out at the same time. Nice deep breaths. Exhale, release the arms. Turning again towards the front, coming up in that back foot. Bounce to meet the other. Good. Coming into warrior three. Stepping that right foot back, taking the arms out. Nice big deep inhale. Exhale as you start to lift up through the right leg and coming into your version of warrior. Don't worry about it, it never needs to be perfect. You go to what works for you. But the power is in that left leg and that right hip. Yeah, then bringing that right foot slowly to meet the other one. And release the arms. Step the left foot back, tap the toes. Inhale, lift up through the arms again. And then start to lift up through the back leg again. Flex that foot. Good. Lift the heel up towards the ceiling. Lift the arms up. If you again feel the arms too tired, drop the arms down. Bring them down here. So work with what you can do. Good. And slowly coming back again into Tadasana. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Release that lower back. Deep breath. Let go. Inhale, that nice flat back again. I like to put my hands on my thighs actually because I like the idea of tucking the belly in, flatten out through the back, gather the shoulder blades together, lift up the shoulders away from the floor. Crown of the head away. Hips in the opposite direction. Exhale, release back down. Uttanasana. Sweeping the arms all the way up. All the way up. Exhale, coming back into Anjali Mudra and standing at the front of your mat, bringing this right foot behind so you're tapping the floor slightly. So you're almost in that kind of motion there. Okay, so if you can bring that foot behind, I'm going to lift that left hand onto your waist. Inhale, lift up through the right arm, just so we can get a wee bit more length in that waist again. We've done some strengthening. Let's really open up. Deep breaths again. This is called lion's breath, actually. Quite like this. It's a nice Kriya breath to do. But normally what you do is you stick out your tongue. It's a nice wee breath to do every once in a while. And really open up. Right down that right side. Then exhale as you release that arm softly, slowly, bringing it back to centre again. Then stepping the right foot behind you. Give yourself plenty of space so that you don't fall to the side or fall to the back or fall to the front. So momentum is going to be the right anyway, so you'll not fall over to the left. Taking the right hand onto the waist, inhale, lift up through the left arm. Lift up, reach up, reach up. Now as you do that, try and push that left hip forward slightly. You push it forward, lift up through the arm, that slight little tilt over to the right. Deep breaths in again. Good. I want to breathe as deep as we can, as often as we can. Good. Deep breaths, then exhale, bringing it back down, bringing it back to centre again. Bring both your feet in towards each other. Good, so that the ankles are touching, knees are touching, toes are touching. Nice deep bend in the knees, like you're doing Utkatasana. Then you'll see I've got a wee curve on my back there. I'm going to tuck those hips in, little pelvic tilt. And as I have that pelvic tilt, I'll start to deepen the knees that little bit more. A little bit deeper. Go to your range of movement, depending on your Achilles and your soleus muscles down here and how tight they are, that's fine. Bringing your hands down by your side, but parallel with your actual torso itself. Now lift the arms slightly above. So coming to do another wee strengthen pose again, lifting the arms up, lifting the shoulder blades together, bringing the shoulder blades together, lifting the shoulders away from the floor. Good. Again, if you start to get tired, come up a little bit. It's fine. If you feel that you can go a little bit deeper, you go to your range of movement, keeping that spine nice and tall, belly tucked in. Oh, you can feel it in the arms, you can feel it on the triceps. I can certainly feel mine's a bit. It's been a while since I've done my arms like this. Deep breaths. Feel the power in those legs. Even right up to the toes. Good. Now we're going to exhale, sweep the arms all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up to stand down. Exhale into Anjali Mudra. Do the same again. Step the left foot back, right hand on the hip. Inhale, lift up through the left. Reach up, stretch over. Draw the belly in. Little push with that left hip forward. So you're kind of trying to turn at the same time, push it forward to the front. Good, lift up, reach up. Good, then exhale, lower that arm down. Swap it over to the other side. Right foot behind, come up on your tippy toes as high as you can, because you want to keep those hips nice and square. Left hand on your hip, inhale, lift up through the right. And lift up and reach over to the left. Deep breaths again. Good. Lovely, lovely. Deep breath again. Lift up, reach over. Exhale, bring it back to centre again. Good. Coming back in one last time. Bringing those toes together, knees together, ankles together. Soften at the knees, bending at the knees, bringing the torso forward, and again, tuck that belly and curve that lower back. Curve that lower back as much as you can. At the same time, roll the shoulders back. It's quite hard because you're going to opposing ways sometimes between the lower back and upper back. They're kind of fighting against each other. Then start to lift up through the arms. Gather the shoulder blades together. Push those shoulders away from the floor as you start to bring the torso down and then deeper into the thigh. Deeper into the knee and the ankle. And at the same time, squeeze the arms together. Bring them closer together. Maybe feel this in your triceps tomorrow. Sorry. Lift up, breathe deep, breathe deep. And I like to gaze forward at something. Focus on it. Good. Nice deep breaths. Swoop the arms all the way down. Inhale. Lift up, reach up, extended. Tadasana. Draw the belly in. Exhale. Bring the hands all the way down into Anjali Mudra. Good. Coming to the front of your mat. Take the feet as wide as your mat as you can as well, so the toes are almost coming off the side of the mat as well. Then bringing the hips down, bring your forearms onto your thighs first. And if you feel comfortable with that, you can bring the hips down. If you don't, place the fingers on the floor and then bring the hips down. So you come into Malasana. But we're not going to stay there because we're going to bounce the bum back and then we're going to roll back into semi-supine. Taking that breath in and exhale, let go. Now we're going to bring the knees in towards you. So hug the knees in for a bit at the moment. Get the little rock from side to side. Good. Bringing the arms on the floor. And as you bring the arms slightly wider out to your body, just drop the knees down to the left-hand side. Look towards your right. Feel that stretch in the lower spine. Pin that right shoulder into the floor. Pin the knees together, the ankles together. Inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale, bring the knees down to the right hand side. And bring it to your range of movement as well that you feel comfortable with. You don't always need to go down to the floor. And you can always keep your feet on the floor as well if you feel that a wee bit more stable. Then inhale, coming back up, and I'll demonstrate the other way with the feet on the floor and just drop the knees down to the left. Good, deep breath as you look to the right, or close your eyes. Close your eyes as you do that. Yeah, inhale, coming back up to center and dropping the knees down to the right hand side. Then inhale as you come back up. And you can either stay in semi-supine or you can extend your legs out. Whatever you feel works for you at the moment. But just for this nice short Shavasana, just take this moment to acknowledge that the practice that you've done, and all that is just that it's an awareness energy within your body when you do that. When you show gratitude to yourself, that awareness, it rises the vibration and the frequency in the body, and that's what actually helps to restore. That's part of it. Take that breath in. Try and let go the feet, the legs, hips, your belly, especially when you breathe. Try and let the belly, flow without any restrictions. Chest is soft and relaxed. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. And a lot of the time we hold on to quite a lot of tension in our shoulders and our neck. And this is one time as you breathe, because again, your breath is your prana, your life force. Your life force is your frequency, your energy that flows throughout the body, throughout the universe, throughout the earth, throughout everything. It exists everywhere and you're part of that whole thing. And even collectively, as we do this class, even if we're in different places, it doesn't matter. It's about the intention of the energy that you release for your own self and for everything else. Feel the softness and relaxation in your face. And if the mind wanders off and to do things, just say, not at the moment, just let me be just for this moment. Let me relax just for this moment. Let me be present for this moment. Disconnect from the physical this moment. When you wake up and move, that's when you become physical. When you're relaxed, still in your mind and physically, that's when you can connect with that energy, that frequency. That's when you become that energy, that frequency. Just breathing into the belly and relax. Breathe into the belly and relax. And just take this moment to stay in Shavasana. And to connect with that stillness and quietness. And just to come out of it whenever you feel you're ready. I send you love and light from my heart to yours. Namaste.